Hello, everyone, and welcome to this presentation on BEMER. Amazing technology. BEMER stands for Bioelectromagnetic Energy Regulation. And this is for you, for your life, for your energy, and hopefully this will change your life in the way that is done for so many people in so many countries around the world over the last 17 years. So what are we talking about? BEMER, is it more than just a bright technology? Well, I'm here to tell you this is actually Nobel Prize worthy technology. This is about bringing real life insurance to you and to your family, to your friends, to your loved ones, and to your neighbors. So how to use BEMER? It's really simple. 8 minutes twice a day. It's a mat that you just simply lay on for 8 minutes twice a day. And what will it do for you? Well, it will enhance your general blood flow by getting more oxygen and nutrients into the furthest extremes of your circulatory system. It will help bring all the toxic waste out of your body that impedes your good health, impedes the flow of blood and nutrients and oxygen and energy to the furthest extremes of your body. It's going to help your cardiac function. You're going to look better, feel better, and perform better. It'll enhance your physical fitness, your endurance, your strength, and your energy. It will allow you to improve your mental acuity, have better concentration, stress management, and relaxation, and sleep management. And we all know that in the recent studies that they've done, how important a good night's sleep is. But first, let's talk about the problem. We live in a very toxic world where our healthcare system is out of control. Before we go any further, how many people know that there is a vast difference between the art of healing, business of healing, and the politics of healing? You know what I mean? Well, we live in a very medicated society. Just say no to drugs. Well, that's not what we've got. As a culture, we are usually drugged up before we're even born. As little children, when we start to go to school, as we get older, as we go through our careers and the stressful situations we find ourselves in, and as we retire, the amount of drugs that are consumed in this country are out of control. Americans spend more on medicines than do all the people of Japan, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, the United Kingdom, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, and Argentina combined. So what does this do? If you look at our society, you can see that we are a sick society. In fact, the Center for Disease Control started taking statistics on obesity among U.S. Adults in the United States in 1985, and we could see all these white states where there was no data collected. We're starting to collect in 1985, and we can see that most states have got less than 10% obesity rates where data is collected. We see some states are up 10 to 14%, and so as we start collecting more data, 1986, 1987, 1988, we can see that quite a few states now have got 10 to 14% obesity rates. 1989, it's growing and growing. 1990, we can see some states are starting to get into 15 to 19%. 2002, 2003, we can now see that quite a few states are up in 10 to 14%. More than 50% of the states' populations in the country are now over 15 to 19% obese. 1997, we start moving into 20 and 24%. 98, 99, we can now see that more than a half of the states are reporting 20 to 24% obesity rates. 2001, we're now moving into 25 to 29% obesity rates. 2003, 2004, 2005, we've now got states reporting more than 30% obesity reports. 2007, 2008, and this is growing. 2010, we could see we are not headed in the right direction. We've got 1 out of 3 television commercials are about drugs and the side effects that people are experiencing. We could see the toll that chronic illness is taking on our entire, not only our population here in the United States, but the entire world. It's getting worse and worse. In fact, so bad that they're saying that in 2035, we are going to be spending our entire healthcare budget from today just on diabetes. And diabetes, which is all about lack of energy and nutrients into the furthest extremes of our circulatory system and waste removal. In fact, USA Today says diabetes costs the United States more than wars and disasters. Not only our country, but the entire world. Cardiovascular disease is now the #1 cause of death in the world, more than cancer, AIDS, tuberculosis, kidney diseases, and respiratory issues. Okay, now you're starting to get a picture of where we're at and where we're headed. It's not a pretty sight. So with that, okay, let's move forward with our disclaimer. BEMER products are FDA-registered Class 1 medical devices. We are in the process of working with the FDA right now to have the BEMER reclassified to a Class 2 medical device, just like it is in almost every other country. However, the United States is the only country in the world that does not accept scientific studies from other countries. And as you're going to see, there are over 400 of them supporting what the BEMER does. But before I get sidetracked, all information presented here by BEMER USA is intended to be used for educational and or informational purposes only. BEMER products are in no way a substitute for professional medical care. There are no health claim benefits being made concerning BEMER products. Statements here have not been evaluated by the FDA or any other governmental agency and are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition or disease. All testimonials express the opinions and experiences of customers, independent BEMER distributors, and not that of BEMER USA. The word therapy used herein is not used to refer to any medical therapy, but to a general non-medical therapy, such as aromatherapy and exercise therapy. Do not use the information for diagnosing, treating any healthcare problems or diseases. Please consult with your own physician or healthcare practitioner if you have any medical concerns going on. Okay, now that we're through that, are we ready to move forward? Thomas Edison said, "The doctor of the future will give no medicine, but will interest his patients in the care of the human frame, in diet, and in the cause and prevention of disease." How many people know that it costs less to prevent than it does to cure? Okay. Now, before we move any further, I want you to know that BEMER is a well-established approach to wellness. BEMER is not on trial here. BEMER is an FDA-registered device, not only in this country, but in over 40 other countries. It has 5 international patents. They've done over 400 studies. Numerous medical publications around the world have presented these publications, including the National Institute of Health and PubMed. And there are over 4,000 hospitals, medical facilities, and universities using BEMER around the world. So BEMER is not on trial. In fact, BEMER is so effective that last year, NASA, in cooperation with BEMER, signed a joint agreement to develop spacesuits, to put BEMER into spacesuits for astronauts to help prevent muscle and bone atrophy. You know, the effects while the astronauts in space, they go up. Sometimes it takes them weeks. Sometimes it takes them months to recover. Sometimes they never recover at all. But the ultimate validation is that NASA, after looking at all of the other technologies, pulsed electromagnetic fields, as we're going to be talking about, and all the other technologies, decided to enter into a contractual agreement with BEMER. So who is BEMER? What is BEMER? BEMER's world headquarters is in a little country called Liechtenstein, between Germany and Switzerland and Austria. As interestingly enough, the country has 30,000 residents that live there and over 100,000 businesses registered there. It's an interesting little country. But BEMER has been under the control of the Gleim family since 1998. They were the number one distributors in the direct sales market in all of Europe, and they took over BEMER in 1998. And since then, the company has been successful and completely debt-free. There are more than 1 million users worldwide in over 40 countries using BEMER. And again, it's used in over 400 hospitals, medical facilities by doctors and clinics and spas and gyms. Numerous professional Olympic athletes have been using BEMER for years and fully endorsing it. Again, all of this information, you can find this online. I invite you to go online and do your own due diligence. Find out why BEMER is causing amazing impact on the world and now in this country. There are over 12,000 distributors in over 40 countries, and here it is just now coming into the United States after 17 years. But we're talking about German engineering with Swiss craftsmanship, and again, BEMER is already registered with the FDA as a medical device. So let's talk about how does this affect us. Okay, I want you to take on a scale of 1 to 10 and rate your physical being on each of these subjects. Do you feel stressed? We live in a very stressful society. How about discomfort and pain? Over 40 million Americans live in chronic pain every day, no matter what the doctors prescribe, according to ABC News and WebMD. Actually, they say over 100 million Americans. Are you restless, anxious, unfocused? Do you have low energy? That's the number one complaint with people that come into our clinic, say that they're low energy, they're in pain, they're exhausted, they want to feel better. But how do you rate on these? So please just take a moment on a scale of 1 to 10. Get clear with yourself of where you're at. If you registered less than you would like to, maybe the cause is that you don't have enough blood flow, enough oxygen and nutrients getting into your system to the far extremes of your body. Maybe you're toxic, maybe the toxic waste is not coming out of your body like it should. Maybe you've got low cardiac function happening, lack of blood flow. Well, in the cause and effect of things, we live in a very stressful world. Our culture is very stressful. So many people don't get a good night's sleep. They're in that fight or flight syndrome 24 hours a day, day in, week out, month long, year after year. We live in a very toxic world. How many people know what I'm talking about? You look up in the sky, they're spraying chemtrails like there's no tomorrow. We've got fluoride being put in the water. Over 5,000 different medications and toxic substances have been found in our public water systems, yet they only test for 50. Environmental toxins, lack of exercise, fast food. And what are the effects? We see it around us all the time. Premature aging, impaired cardiac function, and lack of energy. And how do we get this way? Well, we call it the Iceberg Principle. And what happens underneath the surface is usually going on for years and years and decades, our entire life. We're suffering from low oxygen, not enough nutrients getting into the cells in our body, low disposal of waste, low cardiac function, and decreased blood flow. Cardiovascular disease is happening all around us. We know that all over the world. And what are the results? This goes on for year after year after year until finally we start to feel stressed out. We're restless. We're anxious. We're in discomfort. We're in pain. Things just won't heal. They won't get better. We're unfocused. We can't concentrate. And we've got low energy. Okay, we understand now what the problem is. How do we change it? Well, our bodies are amazingly created to heal no matter what the disease or the injury is if they only have enough energy and the right nutrients. We have over 100 trillion cells in our body that are fed and cleansed through our circulatory system through what are called microvessels. This is where nutrients and oxygen are delivered to the furthest extremes of our circulatory system and toxins eliminated. And so we go to the doctors, we get stress tests, we get they check our blood pressure, and here's what they're usually talking about. They're talking about arteries, blood flowing in veins and getting through our circulatory system. And so this is what doctors' medications deal with. This is pretty much all they can deal with. But what about the other 74%? The other 74% are microvessels. These are the capillaries in our body. This is where the oxygen and the nutrients and the waste disposal happens. So capillaries, for those of you who don't know, 74% of our circulatory system are capillaries. And capillaries are less than 1/3 to 1/10 the diameter of a human hair. Just think how small that is. If you were to take all the capillaries in your body and lay them side by side, they would cover over 2 football fields. If you were to lay them end to end, they would stretch for over 74,000 miles. Okay, these are capillaries. So if we've got more than 70,000 miles of circulatory system that things are not moving and flowing through, you think we're going to have a problem. So how's a capillary work? It's really simple. As the blood goes from the vein to from the artery to the vein, it goes through a whole series of chambers. So let's take a quick look at our circulatory system and the supply and disposal of oxygen and nutrients going into the tissue and the waste coming out. And so this happens through a series of capillaries. Again, 70,000 plus miles of capillaries. This is where oxygenated red blood cells come in from the arteries, and then they go out through these capillaries and get into the cells to the furthest extremes of the body. And then in the exchange, as they're exchanging oxygen, they're dropping off oxygen. They're picking up the toxic waste, carbon dioxide, and everything, and they're taking it through the lymph system and going back out to the veins. So this is our circulatory system. This is how it works. All 70,000 miles of blood carrying oxygen and nutrients into the cells, into the farthest extremes of our tissue, and carrying the oxygen out. So real quick, this is what BEMER focuses on. And this is what is necessary for our own well-being. So when we've got limited circulation, we can see that these red and white blood cells are not getting to where they're supposed to be. But when they get to where they're supposed to be, we have a better supply of oxygen and nutrients into the tissue, into every cell in our body. We feel better, and we get all the toxic waste out, and we feel better. So let's take a quick look at what this actually looks like in real life. This video is of actual microscopy done by the Institute for Microcirculation in Berlin. We're going to talk a little bit more about them here in a second. But as you can see, this is what poor general blood flow looks like. Things are not moving really well. It looks like they're stopped and clogged up. However, this is what good blood flow looks like. You can see everything moving through these fine capillaries like it should. So, again, poor blood flow. Things don't move very well. Better blood flow. This is what it should be looking like. And when it looks like this way, you feel better, you look better, you perform better. So let's just talk a little bit about BEMER's patented signal configuration and how it compares to other technologies. And so without getting into too much science, my background as an electrician and a sound engineer and now working in healthcare like this, I want to have a tendency to get into it. But needless to say, there are a number of other different technologies and signals out there. They basically use these signals: sine wave, square wave, trapezoid, triangle, sawtooth. They have stimulations that happen 300 times a second or less. Now, when compared to the BEMER signal, it is a patented signal. In fact, it is so unique that NASA could not duplicate it, and decided to contract with the company because of its effectiveness. So BEMER simulations are happening 1,200 times per second. They are penetrating the whole entire body from head to foot. BEMER also has what they call a plus signal that mimics the energy of the sun. And so you turn this on in the morning and you feel increased energy, strength, and focus. You turn it off at night so that you can get a good restful sleep. Some people that have turned that on at night say, hey, I didn't sleep, so I had too much energy. I didn't want to go to bed. Some people like that. Some people don't. So, anyways, it's amazing. So the BEMER mat, it uses 3 sets of coils to carry this frequency, and it carries them through a pulsed electromagnetic field, which is similar to like a radio station. You tune into 99.5 on your radio station. That's not what you're listening to. You're listening to songs that are carried over that carrier signal. So this is what the BEMER is doing. It's using a pulse electromagnetic field, PEMF, to carry their patented signals. So BEMER is safe. The amount of magnetic field coming off of the BEMER mat is less than the magnetic field of the Earth. The Earth has a magnetic field. It's measured in microteslas. So the Earth's magnetic field is between 3.5 and 35 microteslas. I'm sorry. The Earth's magnetic field is between 45 and 65 microteslas, and the BEMER is using less than the magnetic field of the Earth. To put that into relationship, our cell phones typically have 400 to 600 microteslas. This is why in the new owner's manuals they say not to put the phones up to your ear, because they know what this magnetic field is capable of doing. So BEMER is safe. It's using a magnetic field less than that of the Earth. And then the BEMER has its own patented sleep program. After 4 to 6 weeks of using the BEMER, you put it under your mattress pad and you sleep on it, and you get all the effects of a good night's sleep and wake up refreshed and ready to go. Okay, we briefly talked about PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic fields. There's a number of devices out there that all compare themselves to BEMER. As we're going to see, there's really not much of a comparison. But I want to point out one real quick. This IMRS here at the bottom of the screen, test device number 5. If you do a Google search for BEMER, IMRS is going to come up over and over again as they've redirected the search engines. Some of the things that this company have done have been less than integral, claiming to have specific patented NASA frequencies, which is just an on-off square galvanic wave. There's legal things happening there, but I want to bring this company up because you're going to see them over and over again if you do decide to do your own due diligence. But let's just look here. IMRS was actually number 5, and so the Institute for Microcirculation in Germany decided to test the BEMER with all of the other devices that were out there. And so we can see on day 0 how everybody started at 0. No percentage change has happened. On day 1, we can see the BEMER is up over 15%, and while everybody else is maxed out at 5%. On day 2, the BEMER is up to over 25%. Everybody else is at 10% or less effect and change. On day 3, we can see BEMER is still climbing. It is just under 30% effect and change, bringing oxygen, nutrients in and waste out. And on day, we can see everybody else has pretty much maxed out and is even starting to regress now. On day 3, they stopped using all the devices. On day 4, even after not using the device, the effect and the amount of change affected by BEMER is still better than the peak performance out of all of these other devices. And again, you'll notice that this IMRS device number 5 is not even the best of the competition. So BEMER has actually had 3 different generations of its technology. The first one came out in 1998. It was able to affect just over 10% change in tissue, and the effects lasted for only 1 hour. In 2007, they came out with a second generation called BEMER 3000, and its effect it created over 20% of change in the tissue. Again, oxygen, nutrients going in, waste coming out, and its effects lasted for 4 hours. However, in 2010, BEMER came out with their latest version of this technology, and now the effects are creating over a 25% change in tissue, and the effects are now lasting 12 to 16 hours. This is why you only need to use the BEMER twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. So where does a lot of this research come from? Dr. Rainier Klopp, who is not only a PhD, a physicist, and a medical doctor, the country of Germany commissioned him to find a cure for diabetes because they knew that diabetes had the potential to bankrupt the entire country. So, Dr. Klopp is the founder of the Institute for Microcirculation in Berlin, and so in his search for a cure for diabetes, he found BEMER and then started testing it against every other device, and this is what he had to say. Is that the BEMER is the most effective and widely researched physical therapy method available today. And behind him, you see his $30 million microscope setup system where he is actually able to measure the blood flow and see the blood flow going into the capillaries that are 1/3 to 1/10 the diameter of a human hair. So again, I want to tell you that BEMER is not under trial here. It has been researched widely. There are over 400 independent studies have been done on BEMER technology, and you can find those online. A lot of those are on the National Institute of Health's website. A lot of those are published in their PubMed journals. The research is there, so BEMER is not on trial. I invite you, do your own research, do your own due diligence, look and listen to what doctors and scientists and athletes and people have to say all over the world. 17 years of science studies and testimonies are available online. A lot of those have been taken off of the United States website because we're going through FDA reclassification, but that's a whole nother story. But do your own research. You'll see. Now, getting to the BEMER. BEMER is simple and easy to use. Again, use a mat you lay on for 8 minutes in the morning, 8 minutes at night. There are 4 icons to choose from when you turn the unit on. You've only got 10 intensities, the purple button. You've got 10 intensities. You set it from 1 to 10, depending on how much density, how far you want the signal to penetrate through your body, which is adjusted on how toxic you are and how you're detoxifying. And so the only possible side effect that you might experience from this would be unpleasant detoxification symptoms that typically last for 4 to 8 hours, headache, stuffiness, runny nose, flu-like symptoms. It's called Herxheimer's effect. It's the same thing that happens when you get a massage. They tell you to drink lots of water. So you set the intensity to your own personal comfort. In that, there are 3 programs. They go from 8 to 20 minutes for dealing with other issues. There's a sleep mode, the yellow button, or sleep mode for after 4 to 6 weeks of using the BEMER, and you've gone through the detoxification process. You can now sleep with the unit and enjoy the enhanced benefits while you're sleeping. And then there is the light, the red button on the end, the light program, which is for anti-aging, cosmetic, skin type issues. And I'm going to show you that in a moment here. The BEMER Professional Set comes with the B box, which is the computer that runs everything. There's a B spot, which is a little 5-inch handheld device you can use to hit specific areas of your body. You want to put it on a shoulder, you want to put it on a hip. Neurologists like putting it behind the back of your head to increase oxygen and nutrients into the brain. People with eye problems put it over their eyes. There's the bee body, which is the mat that you lay on 8 minutes in the morning, 8 minutes at night. There's a bee pad, which is about 5 inches by 2 feet long. So you can lay this over your leg. You can wrap this around your neck, over your head, on your arm, around your waist, your spine, any place that you want to hit specifically. And there's the bee light for the cosmetic anti-aging capabilities. And there's the bee scan, which is a little meter which will allow you to see how far the signal is actually penetrating. This unit costs $5,900. It includes free shipping. It comes with a 3-year warranty, lifetime system updates, user and technical hotline is available where you can call and talk to doctors who really understand what is happening with the BEMER. And again, there are over 1 million happy users using BEMER worldwide. We also have another device, a little bit less expensive, called the Classic device. It comes with a bee body that you lay on and the bee spot where you can hit specific areas. It does not include the light, the bee light. It does not include the bee pad for wrapping around your neck, your shoulders, low back, spine, legs, etc. You can only use one device at a time with the BEMER Classic, as compared to two with the Pro model. And the Pro model comes with free lifetime upgrades. Should they come out with the next generation of the technology, you'll receive a little USB flash drive. Just plug it in and update it right there. This BEMER Classic must be sent back to the factory and get them to upgrade it. It's a little bit less, $4,290. Everybody that we sell the units to, and we sell a lot of them, prefer the Pro model because of all the additional benefits. So BEMER is really simple and easy to use. You can take and lay this mat on your couch, on your bed, in a chair, in a recliner, on the floor. We actually use zero-gravity chairs in our office. They're comfortable, easy, portable. Here's a picture of a woman on the left using the bee pad over her shoulder. Again, you can wrap it around your neck, put it over your head, lay it down your leg if you're dealing with diabetes or neuropathy issues in your legs, in your hands. Wrap it around your knee. And this lady on the right is sitting on what we call the bee pad or the bee sit. This is a little 1-inch pad that you can sit. This is great for people with wheelchairs. You can put it in your car as you're driving, in your office chair as you're working. In your car, the BEMER also comes with a cigarette lighter attachment, so if you're on long trips, just plug it in. Comes with attachments for all of the other electrical systems in the world, so it's a first-class company all the way. It's a first-class product. Here's a gentleman enjoying his morning coffee with a bee spot, specifically working on his elbow. It comes with a little nice Velcro pad to hold that in place. Next, here's a lady using the bee light, which again is really, our estheticians love it in our office. It's good for cosmetology offices. The red LEDs help stimulate blood flow and collagen production, facial rejuvenation, anti-aging. It's perfect for that. Now, pets love the BEMER. When you turn your BEMER on, dogs and cats are going to come out of the woodwork to get on it. They can sense the frequencies, just like they can hear other frequencies that we can't hear. They see it, they know it, they love it. BEMER has been used for 17 years. We had a vet model. We've actually got a new veterinarian model coming out. Should be the end of this year. Horses in the equine world, this is huge. We're actually using it. We're getting ready to go into the Kentucky Derby with another horse this year. And Linda Tellington Jones, she's known as the horse whisperer. She's been using the BEMER for over 15 years on horses all over the world. So again, BEMER's not on trial. It is so effective on humans and animals, but here's where it starts to get really interesting. With plants. People take and put BEMER water in glass jars and put it on BEMER, wrap the pad around it. In 8 minutes, it becomes infused with the frequency, and the reports that are coming back from people that are using this water on their plants, with their chickens, with their livestock. You can see here, this is the difference between two groups of seedlings, of sprouts, one using BEMER water, BEMERized water, the other without. So again, do your own research. There's tons of research out there. The people that have been using BEMER from all over the world, I apologize. It looks like we've got to increase the size font here on this slide, but doctors, hospitals, universities, actors, athletes, associations, you know, BEMER's not on trial. Again, do your own research. You'll find it. And a little bit on the sports side. This is where things get really high dollar, where people have to perform at their best because of the high stakes. In the tennis world, Boris Becker, recognized as the world's best tennis player, says, "Since I started using the BEMER system, I feel significant relief of my discomfort and general well-being has substantially improved." Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal. In the tennis world, it's big here in this country. It's now being used by Peter Smith, who and the men's tennis team, who won the NCAA champions in 2010. Said we use a lot of different things, but the BEMER has really helped us. We lie on the mat and we feel refreshed. Here's the Adidas bicycle team in South Africa. Athletes lay on the mat before a match, so they're in peak performance, and then they use it afterwards so that they recover faster and don't have all of side effects of the grueling endurance they go through. We just sold 6 units to the the Olympic running team here in Florida. They just put 4 units in with the Toronto Blue Jays, and I've got endorsements from at least a dozen gold medal athletes, Olympic athletes from over in Europe that have been using it for years. Mark Gerard, this guy just looks way too old to be doing what he's doing. But it's amazing what the body will do when it has enough energy and the right nutrients going in. Oxygen getting into the cells, the toxic waste coming out. BEMER has also won all kinds of international awards and accolades from science and design. Many awards. So, again, the BEMER is amazing technology. And here's one of my favorite quotes. "We spend the first half of our lives compromising our health to gain wealth, and the second half of our lives spending our wealth to regain our health." I think that pretty much sums up our modern world, our modern culture. But the interesting thing is that the more things change, the more they stay the same. This quote comes from Voltaire in the 18th century. So, what can BEMER do for you? It will enhance your general blood flow by getting nutrients and oxygen into the furthest extremes of your circulatory system, into every cell in your body, and getting the toxic waste out that would impede the flow of energy and fluids and impede your good health. It will enhance cardiac function. You'll look better, feel better, perform better. Physical fitness, endurance, strength, and energy are all enhanced with BEMER. Your mental acuity, concentration, stress reduction, stress levels going down. Just imagine, and your ability to relax because you're getting the oxygen and the nutrients your body needs, and you'll sleep better. In fact, that's one of the first things that people say after they use it for just the first few days. They notice that they start sleeping better, deeper. They're getting more vivid dreams as oxygen gets into the brain. Nobody can get younger, but you can certainly feel younger. And with that, we're going to take a short break and come back and talk a little bit about the financial side of BEMER and how it can improve your financial health. Okay, BEMER has a tremendous business opportunity to it. And we're going to be talking about the opportunity here and baby boomers. As they age, America's 78 million baby boomers will live more active, creative, and inventive lives than any generation before them. This represents a truly enormous business opportunity. And what is BEMER's vision? It's to have a BEMER in every home. So that's why they've decided to use the direct sell marketing approach. And as you can see, the business model they offer is unlike any other that I have ever seen. So with BEMER, you get to be your own boss. And what are the benefits? Unlimited income potential. As BEMER comes into the second largest market in the world, the United States, almost nobody has heard about it yet. You get to have flexible business hours. You get to be your own boss, complete independence. Once you're a BEMER representative or BEMER distributor, you're always a BEMER distributor. There are no auto ship programs that you need to get on. There's no quotas that you need to keep. You have complete independence. So if you want to take a week off or a month or a year or two off, you come back in just where you were. You get to work for yourself, but not by yourself. And you'll find that the support, you're able to get in on the ground floor of a 17-year-old company. So presentations like this, videos, training, science, online webinars, academies, 2 and 3 day training sessions going on all over the country right now. You get to work for yourself, but not by yourself. And you get to make a huge difference in the lives of others. Not only yourself and your family, but your friends, your neighbors. You can bring them some of the best health advice, real health insurance that they have ever had a chance to be a part of. And you get to work with a company that has heart. And the company is as impressive as the product that they offer. So what's the easiest way to market BEMER? It's simple. Just share it. Let people use it. Tell them about the technology. And we do. It's amazing how many people, after spending 8 minutes on the mat, want it. Pull out their credit cards to get it. It's the easiest sale of anything that I've ever had the privilege of selling or representing in my life. And so just by sharing it, your team will grow organically. Over 17 years, they have found that every well-supported customer refers an average of 3 to 5 more people. And so how do you get started with BEMER? It's really easy. The first thing you have to do is you have to purchase your BEMER. Nobody can become a distributor or representative without owning a BEMER. So what this company has done to protect the brand and the integrity is unlike any company I've ever been associated with. You purchase your BEMER, you then sign up as a BEMER independent distributor. The cost is $390. And for that, you get your website. It's a one-time fee. You never know, there's no monthly fees for your website or any of that kind of craziness. And you get to attend a BEMER Academy, a 2-day training session, and this is all included in the $390. There's nothing else to purchase. And then you attend the Academy, you learn what to say, what not to say, what to do, what not to do. You get to talk to other distributors, and the top people in the country are there. We've got these BEMER Academies happening all over the country more and more frequently right now. And then you just share with BEMER with others. And if you want to be really successful, you help the people that you sell the BEMERs to, you help them to do what you've done. And so how do you get started? Again, you purchase a BEMER. There's the BEMER Classic for $49.80. Plus the $390 distributor fee. Here's what most people do, and this is the only unit that we've sold is this professional model. People see the value, so you purchase a BEMER Pro Set, $59.90, $63.80 is the total price with your $390 fee. Plus there's tax on that as well. And if you want to really get started, we offer a 15% discount on your first purchase if you buy 2 units, whether that's a Classic or a Pro, or if you purchase 2 Pro sets. you'll save 15%. You'll save $1,887. And so, people that are in business, that's a lot of people do. That's got the most value. If you already own a BEMER and now you've gotten the good results and now you feel that you want to do this as a business, then since you own a BEMER, all you have to do is just show your serial number, and then you sign up. You pay the $390 distributorship fee, and there you go. You're good to go. And so, how can I afford it? You know, you hear that question all the time. I don't know that I can afford it. Well, how could you afford not to have it? You know, when you think about what it's going to do for your own personal well-being, your own personal health, the health of your family, your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones, how can you afford not to have a BEMER in your life? So how does the cost equate out? You know, the BEMERs over 17 years, they typically last 10 to 15 years. They are, again, the quality that this product is amazing. So if you actually break that down over 10 years, the cost is less than a cup of coffee for 10 years. So when you consider the cost of a cup of coffee over the next 10 years, how could you not invest that into your own health and your own business? So you attend a BEMER training academy. These are amazing. You know, I've attended 2 academies, and we had about 130 people at each one. They asked everyone to get up during the course of the event to say why they purchased a BEMER and what effects it had on their life personally. And I would say that almost everyone, I would say at least 110 to 120 people in each academy got up and said they purchased a BEMER because they had personal health problems going on they needed help with. And in 1, 2, 3, and usually at the most 4 months, they've decided that they had such an impact on them and their families that they wanted to know about the business opportunity. And so to me, that was just really, really amazing. So attend an academy. And so now let's talk about where's the money meet the road? How much money can you actually make in this business opportunity? So how do you make money with BEMER? It's really simple. You earn 17 to 25% on every sale that you make. So that's $1,000 on the first 4 BEMERs that you sell at 17%. Sale number 5, and everyone thereafter is $1,500. So if you decide, you get to control. So if you want, you get to control how much income you actually make. So if you want to make an extra $1,500 a week, you just go out and sell 1 BEMER. Share it with your friends, your neighbors, strangers. And if you sign up somebody, if you sell a BEMER and they want to do the business model, you'll earn 8% on your first tier, first level of sales. You'll earn an additional $480 every time they sell a BEMER. You want to make an extra $4,800 a month? Sell 10 BEMERs in the next 30 days to people that actually want to build a business and make some serious money. And there's a lot of serious money being made here. I'm just amazed at what I have seen here in the last few months. So on your second tier sales, you'll make $180 on every sale that they make. And so the BEMER is, I have never seen a direct sell business model like this, and the simplicity of it. Sharing it with somebody, they'll get up after 8 minutes and pull out their credit card. Then they'll share it with their friends, their neighbors, their family members. So if you really want to be successful, help the people you sell machines to, help them to be successful. And you will get all you want in life if you help enough other people to get what they want. And so there you go. The BEMER is not only amazing technology to take control of the health of you, your family, your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones. It is also a way for you to get financial health happening back into your life as well. We know that good things come to those who don't wait, but go out and earn it. And with that, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation. I know I can be a little long-winded sometimes, but if you want to get started, just talk to the person that invited you to watch this video. If you have any reservations or anything and you want to learn more, just call our office 352-552-1889, and one of our staff will be happy to help you get started and support you through your entire business. So with that, again, I want to thank you for attending, and I look forward to seeing you at the next BEMER Academy.